Welcome. It's Nasty Plants episode 2. I'm joined once again by David Layland and Richard Podmore from Japanese Knotweed Control. They're experts on all things invasive plant species. Hi, gents.
Hi, Paul.
We're back. Today we are looking at Himalayan Balsam and how this very pretty pink flowered plant, I like it. What's the problem with it, fellas?
Where do you want to start?
It looks nice. I take it it's not nice. How did it come to be here? I take it it's not a native species.
No, I mean it was originally found by the Victorians that went out to these far and distant exotic places, finding nice plants to bring back to the UK. Not knowing, obviously, in future years that it's going to outcompete our natural flora and cause the issues that we have now.
Right. So when you say outcompete our natural fauna, what does it do?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at large swathes of Himalayan balsam, you can see the density of the leaf structure, and it doesn't allow natural plants to grow underneath it, so it outcompetes them by not allowing sunlight to get through there. The other issues are with balsams, the fact they've got very shallow root systems as well. So at times of heavy rain or flood, they get washed away and it causes huge amounts of soil erosion, which again takes away the natural grasses and the things that you find binding, particularly riverbanks, together.
Right, so I mentioned the pretty pink flowers and we're already showing pictures of it now. So how do we identify it? What does it look like?
It can grow up to 6-8 feet tall. It has a very kind of thick stem. It's a very watery stem, very easily breaks as well. The flower is kind of like the size of your thumb, and as you said, has a pinky purpley hue to it. And you will also notice it in flowering period by the smell, because it has a very, very pungent smell.
Is that a nice smell, or?
Actually, I suppose it is. It's one of those things. It's not great, if I'm honest. Quite overpowering.
Bees like it though.
Bees do like it, but unfortunately, it's not good for the bees.
Oh, really? Right. So we're not even saving the bees. I was just going to say it's got to have a plus point.
No. So what they've found is that the quality of honey that it makes from the bees is actually very, very poor. And also it stops, because the abundance of Himalayan balsam plants, it's stopping the bees, because it's basically an easy target for them. It's stopping them from pollinating our own native plants.
Right.
So it's bad in two ways.
Gosh, it's not got much going for it then at all. Then what conditions does it like?
It grows very, very easily in the UK, predominantly on watercourses. So you'll find it along the banks of any rivers and streams. And once it takes hold, it will spread very, very quickly. When it seeds after it's flowered, which is generally kind of July, early August time, you will get the seed heads on it, and if you actually touch them, brush against them, you'll see them popping, and it will fire the seeds several meters, which is why it spreads so quickly.
Right. Can I get rid of it on my own? Can I just dig it out, pull the roots out?
You can, yes.
Yeah, it's quite easy to treat yourself. You can actually just physically pull the plant out of the ground, just let it decompose by wherever you put it up from. That's probably the easiest way of actually getting rid of it from your own domestic garden. Large swathes on riverbanks, then we might use a very mild herbicide solution just to spray the plant to knock it back. But the thing is with Himalayan balsam is, as Richard was saying about the seeds are quite distinctive. They're quite small, smaller than a pea. And as Richard said, they're fired out from the seed pods at times of germination. And the seeds are quite distinct because they've got little hooks on, and the little hooks will attach themselves to animals or humans, whatever's walking quite close by the plant. The plant senses the movement to fire the seeds out. Wherever that person goes next, they'll deposit the seed. You also get birds eating the seeds and then deposit them wherever they go after that. So it's quite easy to spread the plant naturally. So once you pull the plant out, potentially you've got seed banks within the soil structure. So over time those seeds will germinate, so it's a matter of just continually controlling it until all the seed bank's completely depleted.
Great. And what's the worst case you've ever seen?
Without naming names, there's
an
area off the River Severn where we treated previously Japanese knotweed, and Himalayan balsam took over from the knotweed, and there ended up being several acres of Himalayan balsam because there was nothing else there to stop it from spreading, and it literally was impenetrable during the summer.
So how did you get rid of it?
So we for that particular thing, we were only getting rid of the knotweed, but we advised them that they needed to do something with the balsam afterwards. It's taken them several years to get round to that, which we're now doing.
Right, okay.
But again, if you actually, from a local perspective, you will see in parks, local authorities will have what they call balsam bashing afternoons, where you can go along and actually help pull up Himalayan balsam before it flowers, which will help massively to control it out in riverbanks.
And save the bees.
Yes, and
Brilliant
save the
stuff.
bees.
So you can do it yourself, but it is always, as usual, best to contact the experts. David Layland, Rich Podmore from Japanese Knotweed Control. We'll be watching now for Himalayan Balsam. Thank you, gents.
Thanks.
Thanks, Paul.